Greetings, Internet. Welcome to Aaron Plays, and I hope you're doing fantastically well. This is episode 4 of my playthrough of Mission 2 of Battle Hymn. And am I in trouble? Yes. A Japanese light tank has driven along the road, squished Flores, chased my other guys away, then gone buttoned up, and I can't think of any way of really dealing with the tank other than maybe, hopefully, chucking a satchel charge into its tracks and blowing those off, but it's not likely, percentage-wise. Why didn't I bring a bazooka? Well, bazooka's 8 weapon points plus a 1 weapon point per actual charge. And I thought, well, it's 1942. Did they have bazookas? If they did, they were not frequent. So yeah, maybe from a historical perspective, I didn't bring them. Maybe from a foolish perspective, I didn't bring them. Um, I think they've got to now be an integral part of every squad makeup. I've got to cheapen the other weapon loads, but you don't get much much weapons for 39 points. An automatic rifle is 8. A SMG is 6. Now, yes, I could have had, all right, so a Garand um, is only 2. So maybe my assistant squad, or maybe have everybody armed with Garands. Don't worry about the SMGs, but it just doesn't feel right. Um, so yeah, that's why I've got a bazooka. That means I haven't got really anything that can smack that tank. Now, the other thing I was looking at, and maybe you guys can help me out this in the comments, is there doesn't seem to be any detriment to the tank being close top. Um, Now, I know in obviously many other games, if a guy's close top, it's a little bit harder to aim, shoot, and such forth. Can't see any of those detriments. Maybe I'm missing something. Let me know because that'll be useful. Because at the present moment, what's the advantage of going open? Why would a tank go open topped in this system if it can't be attacked by small arms or anything like that? So, or it's not likely to pop its top with enemy infantry around. And again, I know from a lot of other games that tanks are meant to be at a disadvantage in a building environment. There are buildings around with rubble and such forth. Doesn't seem to be reflected in this system that I can see. I can't close assault the actual vehicle. Um, so yeah, not quite sure what to do with that. Again, if you could mention it in the comments, am I missing something? Because at the present moment, it's a little bit scary. Um, so yeah, if you can go down to well, if you can go down, let me go down to the map and reassess the situation. There's effectively the situation. The tank came down the road, squished Flores, um, Clark and Davis got out of they managed a perception check, which means they didn't get squished. Subsequently blown this building. We've got one Japanese unit here who's the mechanic on board, and uh, yeah, that's about it really. U and X. Where's U and X? X is incapacitated, so he's gone. And you, he's the guy that's that just appeared, even though we could see across. All of a sudden there's a new Japanese guy there. Not quite sure how the line of sight is working. Why I couldn't see the guy in the foxhole until I was actually in this hex here. Seems a bit bizarre, but there we go. Um, so we've got to deal with him. He's lobbed his he did have 2 grenades. He has utilized those already. Um, so we are left with 3 Japanese units on the board at present. The victory points are 14 for me at the present. I need 15 to win. However, I haven't taken into account my KIA or my incapacitated at present. So And I can't exit the board until we're on condition. Well, the game doesn't end until we're on condition from 5 or 6. So I think I need to destroy a few more buildings yet and hopefully avoid the wrath of this Japanese tank. Because as I said in the introduction there, I can't think of a way to deal with it. Any advice in the comments? Now, the previous video was a lot longer than I intended, primarily because of the arrival of the tank. I thought, I'll play one more round. Yeah, don't do that. So we'll try and do just 2 rounds in this. Um, but yeah, never know. So this will be round 7. I'm gonna place a little one there, and yeah, sequence is what everyone's aware. So we're going to do get some dice out here. The random event we are on condition 4, and the random event is 4. Well, 3 brought in the tank last round. So what joy? Come on, give me an aeroplane. Give me, well, it's nighttime, isn't it? And the nighttime doesn't seem to be affecting the Japanese in this regard to what they seem to be doing. So it does seem a little bit unfair. I mean, this I'm just about to use my finger to point at the screen. This guy here, um, I only saw him when I was 2 hexes away. Anywho, stop whinging. Moving on. I mean, the key question is, am I still enjoying it? And the answer to that question is absolutely. Right, so it tells me to go to 494. So let's put that in the bar there. 494. 494. Right, if S6 has not occurred, S6 has occurred. C515. If S6 has occurred, C506. 506. Right. If Japanese 17 is active, no event. Japanese 17 is active, no event. If Japanese 17 has already exited the map from hex G1, I think that 17 would be the airplane. G1, he has C452. Sorry, 542. Get it right? 542. Go to condition 5. Interesting. Okay. So I will now mark that on my chart here. Going to condition 5. How will that change events? We shall see. That's a bit of cardboard not used anymore. So I can now exit the map. Doesn't mean I want to at the present moment because I haven't achieved enough VPs. I need to destroy a few more buildings. But does that mean that we might be getting some more Japanese coming on as well? Right. Next thing I've got to do, change the cartridge, is determine paragraphs for these. So we start with he's in 6. So actually we start on this hex here. So he's in V5. It says event. You ignore anything with the word event, so nothing happens there. T6. Word event, no. Right, next one up is W8. Nope. U9. Nope. W7, W8, W9. W9. Nope. And finally, pivot in X12. No. Okay, so after the event, we roll for initiative, and I really, really, really want to win this one. I haven't won one yet. Let's just make sure. Oops, knocking the camera, silly. There we go. Need to be there, do we? Let's see. Right. Okay. 6 and 6. The Japanese win it again. Right. It's not good. It's definitely not good. But here we go. All right. So tank at least only gets one action. Okay. Um, Soldier U with a 6, he'll get 2. And Soldier L with a 6, he'll get 2. Right, over to me. I roll a 6 as well. A at least gets 2 actions. These guys get 1. Oh, I'll have to check them. Oh, they're all over the place, aren't they? Blinking typical, isn't it? It is. Oh, okay. So there's likelihood they're all going to blinking panic. All right. And the most useless dudes get 2 actions. The dice have not been kind to me in this game again. Right. Okay. So I need to check all these guys. So, Soldier D. So that is Davies. He's in a hex on his own. He's got no one to give him command orders. So he decides at this right moment to panic. All right. Soldier C. Clark, with a tank breathing down his neck, decides to panic. And Soldier B, he is in command of A, so he's fine. I took the risk there. I knew that these guys with a 3 initiative, there's a 3 chances that there would be 3 out of 10, so 30% chance that they'd panic, and they did. So the dice have not been kind. I have won the initiative one. Stop! Stop it! Stop whinging. Move on. Okay. What's next? Yeah, the activation sequence. So we need the Japanese activation number. And it's an 8. Okay. So we're starting here with Soldier U. All right. He's in the trench. Excuse me. Foxhole. Um, Foxhole. We're now on condition 5. So with an 8, he does action 803. 803. I temporarily lost my part. There it is, the paragraph book. Underneath the rules and charts and tables. Right, 803. What's he going to do? Right. If an active target is visible, and this Japanese user is not in open hex, crouch and conduct best fire easiest target. Fall prone after fire if free stance change is available. Okay. That doesn't make any sense because if he crouches, he can't fire from that foxhole. But it's definitely got action 803 on 5 to 9. Just double check that. Yeah, if an active target is visible and this Japanese unit is not in an open hex, he's not in an open hex, he's in a foxhole. Crouch and conduct best fire at easiest target, fall prone after fire if free stance change is available. Well, he crouches, which means I can't target him. So, all right, you got to follow what the instructions say. That makes sense, but there we go. Do it as best as possible. That drops down. Right, so we got 2. Well, here, but actually, Here, the best he can get is one action because he's wounded. Okay. What can we do? Is it worth throwing a satchel charge at this tank? Okay. So Alan prepares his satchel charge. There we go. That's him done. We didn't trust Gurnbelm with a satchel charge. He's currently prone. I don't want him going across the stream. He's as reliable as a box of frogs. So I'm going to take him out of prone, which is his free stance change, to stand up. And then we're moving him through the jungle for 2, 3. He can't do another stance change. He's only got 3 movement points. He's done his free stance change, so that's his first action done. Okay, and then Japanese field day. Got to do them in alpha order. So we start with Japanese soldier L, who is the one that's been prone. He's the mechanic. We're now on condition 5. Does that change? Ah, right. We've just gone to a new turn for the Japanese, so we have to roll. Their action number has now become 4. Okay, so L on condition 5 with a 4 does action magnifying glass 867. 867. Yeah, I repeat it just to keep it in my head. 867. Right. If no active target is in sight, move as quickly as possible. Full prone if an active target is in sight and free stance change is available. Right, there is no active target in sight. Because the range is 4 hexes. So move as quickly as possible. So yeah, he gets off his ass. Right. So where is he currently? Here is in hex N2. So we're not. I need the. Come here. Well, I said there's a lots of bits of paper for this game. So he's in N2. It says he goes to O2. Right. So he does his free stance change. So the prone is deleted. Stands up and goes to O2, which is there. Crawling through the window, that costs him 2 movement points. He has 2 remaining, so he's now in O2. It says he goes to P2. Oh, he's on his way. So that's 3, leaving him 1. And then P2, he goes to O3. Ah, where is it? O3 or Q3? That's Q3. Yeah, okay, so that's it. So that's his movement completed. He does not have a free stance change, so he doesn't go prone. Boom. Right. Then we have Soldier U, the one in the trench here. All right. We're on 5. We've now rolled a 4 for the Japanese activation number. Last time he crouched. What's he going to do now? He says he does action 862. Paragraph book 862. All right, here we go. Right. If no active target in sight, well, there is. If an active target is in sight and this soldier occupies an open hex, no, he doesn't occupy an open hex. If an active target is in sight and this soldier occupies a non-open hex, crouch and conduct best fire at easiest target. So he stays crouched, can't fire. I'm sure a foxhole is not classed as an open hex, so um, yeah, he does nothing, which for me, considering my guy's panicked, helps. But now it's the big boy. Okay, so we are in. There's 4 crew, and the action die was 4. He does action 905. 905. What does that mean he is actually going to do? Right. If 2 or more active targets are in sight, button up. If already buttoned up, see 900. Right. Active targets in sight. Well, there's definitely 2 because the line of sight is those 2 there. Yeah, it says 2. So let's read that again. If 2 or more active targets in sight, button up. If already buttoned up, see 900. Okay, so let's go to 900. Drive slowly. Fire cannon if active target in building hex or an active US vehicle is in sight. Prepare cannon if unable to fire. The cannon is already prepared. If cannon prepared and no cannon target is in sight, conduct snap fire with coaxial machine gun at secondary close target. Right, so we know it's going to drive slowly. Now, these were a building hex. They are now rubble. Will it fire at the rubble? And am I clutching at straws? Darn right I am. Okay, let's go through this instruction carefully. It says drive slowly. Fair enough. So it's driving slowly. The Japanese vehicle has, so check it has 4 movement points. So there, we'll put that there. Okay. Fire cannon if active target is in a building hex. Rubble is not a building hex. It has a different thing in the line of sight columns. It says rubble hex, and then a bit further on it talks about a building hex. So those are no longer building hexes. So it's not going to fire its cannon. It says fire cannon if active target is in a building hex or an active US vehicle is in sight. Neither of those apply. Prepare cannon if unable to fire. The gun is prepared, so they won't try to prepare the cannon. If cannon prepared and no cannon target is in sight, conduct a snap fire with a coaxial machine gun at second closest target. So it's going to fire at Baldwin, who is, mouse up, there with its coaxial. Now, the vehicle has got a total of 4 actions it can do. It's got 4 crew points. So to drive is 2 crew points, and to snap fire with a coaxial is, sorry, I'm flipping through the rules here. Okay, snap fire with coaxial is 1 crew point, and snap fire with the bow machine gun is 1 crew point. Target must be in front of the tank for the bow, and cannot load or fire cannon in the same turn at which the coaxial machine gun is fired. So, carrying on the 900, it says conduct snap fire with coaxial machine gun at second closest target and conduct snap fire with bow machine gun at closest target. Now, reading that, it says drive slowly. Now, does it drive 1 hex first and then work that out, or can it fire at any point so that before it expends a movement point? My thinking is it will fire and then move. It's got 4 movement points it's going to move. So it's going to conduct 2 lots of fire, which can occur, I believe, simultaneously. Let me just double check that part. Again, yeah, I'm flicking through the rules. I'm not brilliant with the The barrel machine gun is in the body of the tank and can be fired in the same turn as the cannon or coaxial machine gun, but can be fired only at a target in front of the tank. Right. The definition of the front of the tank is that. I've got two rule books I've got the rule book and paragraph book in my hand. Okay. That is the front. Then that is the front. So it cannot fire its barrel machine gun at present at Clark. He's outside the frontal arc. But it can definitely fire its coaxial machine gun at Baldwin. So that is what we're going to resolve now. Okay, so it's Snapfire. It's a medium machine gun. The basic number to hit is 5. He gets a +1. Oh no, basic number to hit is 5. His weapon skill is +1. That's what the +1's are. So it's 6 is the basic number. However, my guy Baldwin is crouching in a jungle, which takes 3 off. So that 6 becomes a 3. Then it's a Snapfire, another -2. That 3 becomes a 1. So 0 or 1. There's no modifier for the vehicle actually moving. I think that's why it's a Snapfire. It rolls a 6. And Baldwin goes very, very loudly. So violently does his bottom erupt that the leaves fall off the palm tree and a coconut falls by his feet. My goodness. Okay. We next have the vehicle actually moving. It's done its Snapfire for this turn. He is currently in U7. Just drive away. Leave me alone. U7 goes to T7. Yeah, I'm bringing the clothes with it. Okay. T7. That's 1 movement point. So he's got 3 remaining. T7. He goes to S8. That means he's got 2 movement points remaining. S8. He goes to R8. 1 movement point remaining. R8. It says goes to. No, just keep driving. It says event 162. No, I don't want event 162. Just keep driving. Go away. Go away. What does 162 do? Let's have a look. Oh, it's not like, now turn around. 162. 162. If soldier is moving, enter S9. Otherwise, enter Q9. So it's not a soldier. It goes into Q9. Right. Yes, definitely. Yeah, because the medium machine gun will tear a soldier to pieces. Right. My turn. We know C and D are panicked. We've got no one else across. Oh, let's put the clothes near the vehicle. I don't like putting it on the vehicle because then you can't see the vehicle. Well, I suppose I could put it underneath. Okay. Clark has used his satchel charge. So he hasn't got a satchel charge left, but we know he's panicked. So we need to get someone else across there to get these guys back under. All right. So we're going to bring. All right. Let's bring Baldwin across. He's not panicked, is he? No. So we'll bring him across. So Stan, that's his free stance change, and he goes 2 into U8. Now it's a new condition. I better check these hexes as I move into them. 2 into U8. There's none. 3 into U6. He can't get into the building. Sorry, U7. Says event. We know events don't occur. Uh, hmm. Yeah, he's had his free stance change, so he goes to a crouch. Don't like it. He's in the middle of the open, but don't have enough movement points. Okay, but anyway, that's Baldwin. Do you know what? Let me just take that back. I know I'm redoing it. I just had a rethought. Okay, we can use Alan to activate Baldwin. Alan uses his action to get Baldwin 2 turns, and we go across. Sorry for the redo. So he's at 3 movement points there. Stand, crouch. He was still. So we will go there for 4. Right. And then we'll do him again. We can't target soldier U, and we can't see target L because he's 1, 2, 3, 4. He's out of range. So we will move. We can't snap fire a grenade. So we will move him. Now, rubble, as I say, it is a different terrain entry. Put away with that one. And if you guys disagree with that, let me know in the comments. Have I missed something regarding that tank? But yeah, moving into rubble. I say I wish they did this in alphabetical order. Can't find the rubble entry. There it is. After sloping cliff. It's 2 movement points to go into the rubble. Okay, so his second action, and he goes 2 to there. And that'll be him done, actually. He's going to then crouch. Okay, because I want to get Davis back under command control. All right. So that is Baldwin using his 2 actions. All right. So we've now got this guy here with only 3 movement points. We know there's a satchel charge there. Now the tank's moved away. Gernbelm feels a little bit more courageous and goes 1, 2, 3, and then goes prone. Very courageous young man. Okay, that's him done. And Hibbert, stay guarding the boats. Not doing anything with Hibbert. Wounded dude. Right. These 2 guys, now that they've panicked, they fall prone as well. So let's get a prone marker for there and a prone marker for here going on Clark. and that going on Davies. Okay, that's then, guys, done. And that is the end of that round. So we're going to do the next round. Be interesting to see what the tank does. We're at, so this will be round yellow 2, which is a total of round 8. Okay. First off, we have to roll for event. Okay, 7 plus 2 is 9. Yes, 7 plus 2 is 9. Random event 9. Oops. That says 601. Put that in. 601. Do, 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 do. Paragraph book. 601. If Japanese I-17 has exited the map from G1, it has. See 612. I think it's airplanes that come back at some point. Here it is. Right. The 0 is strafing the airfield. Roll 1 die to determine the hex row of the flight path. 4. Diagonal from M1 to Y7. Diagonal from M1 to Y7. I think I'm going to get a few more of these. M1. There. Y7. There. Oh, okay, label. Not south edge, is it? Okay. So from M1 there, and let's remove the change label on there. Okay, so it's along that row there. All right, so what did it say then? Each soldier, including Japanese, that is in a clear airfield or road hex, in or adjacent to the listed hex row, is automatically hit and suffers damage as if struck by heavy machine gun fire. Soldiers in palm tree, building rubble, cover, fallen tree, or boulder hexes are struck by medium machine gun fire. Soldiers in jungle hexes are struck by light machine gun fire. This event can occur any number of times during a mission. Okay, so this 0 is going to be nasty. All right. So I'm going to go clone another one. Cancel that. And move it down. So it's coming down here. So on or adjacent, each soldier, including that is in a clear airfield or road hex in or adjacent to the listed hex row, is automatically hit and suffers damage as if struck by a heavy machine gun fire. Right. So soldier L is hit by heavy machine gun fire. Okay. Anything but a 0. In fact, even a 0 is wounded. A 9. That is a kill. Like that one. KIA. Carries on. Incapacitated dude. Now, does it say active? Each soldier. Okay. Now, incapacitated units can't be targeted. I better just double check that. I mean, I can't see him. You know, it's strafing, isn't it? But who knows? I just remember there's a 0 counter, so let's actually use the actual counter. Still going on. It doesn't say. It says you can't intentionally fire at incapacitated dude, so I'm assuming that no, it doesn't target that guy. All right, so moving along, on or adjacent. Now we've got foxholes. Okay. I don't remember reading, so let's just go through that again. I've lost the instruction. Hence why I normally write them blinking. Found it, 612. Okay. So each soldier, including Japanese, that is in clear airfield or road hex, in or adjacent to the lowest hex rate, is automatically hit and suffers damage as if struck by heavy machine gun fire. Soldiers in palm tree, building rubble, cover, fallen tree, or boulder hexes are struck by medium machine gun fire. Soldiers in jungle hexes are struck by light machine gun fire. This event can occur any number of times during the mission. Foxholes are mentioned, so I'm assuming anyone in a foxhole is safe. And then it flies. Now, doesn't say that it's removed. So I'm assuming it stays on the board. Because I could target a 0, but where does it stay on the board? Remembering that, again, I'm making another assumption, it's up in the air, there's no terrain effect, so anyone can shoot it. But let me check that. Or does it exit the board? Well, there's no such thing as defensive fire, is there? So 0 is strafing the air. Roll 1 die to determine the hex route of the flight path. I'm assuming it goes off board. As this mission hasn't given me any definition of how I can strike at the 0, I don't think I'm allowed to. So I'm going to put his markers there. So whenever the event occurs, that plane will come on and it's all over the place. So I was quite fortunate in that attack that he killed a Japanese soldier and didn't affect mine. So this lets me think, okay, 1, don't go in the open. 2, don't bunch. So I've got to think about command and bunching, because if it gets in a row where I've got, say it's came along this row, those guys there would have been hit by medium machine gun fire, the pair of them. So I've got to minimize the effect of that airplane. Now, the state of the nation is we are currently on 14 points there, -2 for that for Flores, and probably -2 for Evans. Because even with him incapacitated, we still got to get him to the raft, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hexes. We're going to drag his body. And we need 2 guys to go down to pick him up. Is it worth the risk? I don't know. All right, so that's the event. Now it's the initiative. You're tight. I can't win it. Okay. So the tank with a 5 with the initiative is going to get 2 actions. This Japanese soldier get 2 actions. Oh, he's the one in the foxhole. While soldier L has been killed, so he's gone. Right. So they've got 2 active units. Okay. With my 5, Anderson. He's not Anderson. Alan. Okay. These 2 guys. 5 is okay. Now, does Alan panic with his 5 there? He has 4 himself, and He is within 2 hexes of Gernbeld, who gives him 1. So it keeps him going. All right. Hibbert with a 5 will panic, and G will be fine because he's within. So Allen and Gernbelt keep themselves going. Hibbert, well, I'm not too bothered about him panicking. He's not really in the action. Okay, so I definitely want to destroy one more building. Question is, what are these two guys going to do? We will roll the Japanese activation number, which is 2. Okay, and first up is Soldier U. Okay, Soldier U. We're on condition 5. Rolls a 2, uses a magnifying glass, and that's action 865. 865. Right. If no active target is in sight, move as quickly as possible. Right. If one or two active targets in sight, crouch and conduct best fire at closest target. Not taking effect of this. All right. There are, in fact, 3. If 3 or more active targets are in sight, fall prone. Because we've got 1, 2, 3 active targets. Now he's prone in rubble. Building he wouldn't be in sight, but in rubble he is. So 3 active targets in sight. He go prone, man. He go prone. So get a prone marker. Okay, so that's him done. Ah. Right. The tank. Activation die roll is 2. He does 900. I think that was a move, wasn't it? Drive slowly. Fire cannon, if not. Right, now the cannon, if active target is in building hex or an active US vehicle on the site, so we know the cannon's not going to fire because we're not in a building hex. Prepare cannon if unable to fire. If cannon prepared and no cannon is in sight, conduct snap fire with coaxial machine gun. The vehicle's turreted weapon, which is a coaxial, has 360 degrees angle. So conduct snap fire with coaxial machine gun at second closest target, which in this case 1, 2, 3, 4 will be this guy because he can't see those because of the rubble in that hex. So the coaxial it's his second closest target. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, he can't even see here. So let me check the line of sight rules regarding the rubble. Okay. So at this elevation, I've drawn a line of sight. Doohickey, line of sight thread. It crosses that hex which blocks it. So you can only see one target. It did say second closest target, but I'm going to say, well, he's only got one target, therefore it would fire that. Again, if I've done that wrong, let me know. Okay, so it's a snap fire with the coaxial before it gets moving. We don't know what hex he's going to go if he's got a better target that comes up later. If he turns around, that I don't know about. So, okay. So at that range, it's a basic 5 to hit. Weapon skill makes it 6. Now, my dude is prone. Target soldier prone. in a palm tree hex is -3, and it's a snap fire, so minus another 2, so it's -5. So it was a 6 minus 5, a 3. It just misses. Okay, I must declare I am quite happy with. All right. Okay. So the next up then is the actual movement of that vehicle. It's in Q9. It says it goes to Q10. So it doesn't move sideways. He turns and then faces that way. Q10, P10. Just keep going, boy. P10, Q11. No, O11. That's why magnifying glasses are so useful. And O11 to N11. All right, great. He's going away. He's still closed. Bring that next to him. Right. Hopefully, I've had a guy killed by it, but all right. Okay. E be gone. Just see a little bit. Um, all right, so we now have a squad leader. Okay. He's got 2 actions. He's going to stand up. That's a free action. And go V8. Better double check that hex. There's none. That's 2. Don't like being in the stream, but he's out of range. 1, 2, 3. Well, he's not out of range of soldier 4, is he? Hmm. No, he's not. Okay. 3, 4. We haven't been in that hex before. T9. None. Okay. So that's him done. He can't do a stance change. He's done his free stance change. So new Japanese activation number 0. Boom. Right. Soldier U on a 0. We know he's got no grenades, so he can't be lobbing anything. He's already done that. Okay. We are on condition 5. He rolled a 0. That looks like paragraph 807. 807. Okay. If an active target is in sight, crouch and conduct best fire. Fall prone after fire, if free starts available. There is an active target in sight, crouch and conduct best fire. Did they take these foxholes into consideration? You're doing nothing. Because in a foxhole, let me just double check, make sure I'm not making absolute arse of this. Okay, it tells me how to dig them. When in a foxhole, a soldier can be seen or see out only if he is standing. When the soldier crouches, he becomes lower than the ground and cannot be seen, nor can he conduct any fire combat at all. So, no, essentially, no. He done. Then the tank on 0. Carries on with 900. Well, he's now 1, 2, 3. So he can't see me, and I can't see him. So he carries on. So he moves slowly with no targets. Let's see where he's going. All right. So he's currently in N9, N11. Doom, doom, doom. With 4 movement points. N11. It says 481. Does that mean he's going to turn around? If no targets, let's see, 481. The soldier's moving, enter N12, otherwise enter M12. It's not a soldier, it's a vehicle. So that's 1. Phew. M12 goes to L13. Oh, M12 goes to L12. Okay, go say L13. That's 2. L12 goes to K13 for 3. And K13 goes to J13 for 4. Okay, so he's disengaging. Whoops. Don't forget your marker to say you're closed topped. Okay, so that's the tent done. Right, that's all my dudes. Okay, we definitely need to blow up another building. All right. So Baldwin has got a satchel charge. He will arm it, so which is a complete action. Oh, I've just got done and delete. So I need another actual counter. I thought I was just going to clone it there. Markers, weapons. So that takes him his entire turn. Okay. Um, do we want to take out this Japanese soldier? We could move up and drop a grenade in him, but no. So we will move Soldier Davies out of the foxhole for 1 movement point. So free stance change. Then into there for 2. And then through the upper. Oh, no, it's just rubble. So yeah, into there for 4. Doesn't get a free stance change, so he's standing. Okay, so that's him done. Then okay. Soldier C, Clark stands and goes 2. That was his free stance change 4 to there. Okay. I should be checking those hexes. My bad. Right. S6. You haven't been in that hex before. I know it's rubble. It doesn't mean it couldn't trigger something. There could be a bloody booby trap in there for all I know. None. Okay, and then R7 says event, so no. Okay, so that's him done. I really don't want to dash across there. All right. Alan, T8 for 2 movement points. None. S8 for 3 movement points. None. Um, he can't get into the building, but he has got a free stance change. So hopefully another tank doesn't arrive, or that tank doesn't turn around. Stand crouch. He crouches. Okay. That finishes him off. He's only got 3 movement points. Do we move him across? No, no. He will stand up, reaction, and then goes 1, 2, 3. I suppose I should check them. All right. B9. I'm not sure if I checked these for this condition. None. W10. All right. W10 is 479. Hope that's not another blinking minefield or something. I'm sure I've been in that haze before. 479. If S0 has not occurred or has been removed by evasive movement, C486. S0 has occurred. Otherwise, no event. Okay. And then X10. 479 again. All right. So he's fine. He's had his free stance change. He can't do another one. And then Hibbert panics. I was going to give him 2 pro markers there. That's just a bit superfluous. And goes prone. Okay, so that's 2 actions, 2 turns. I'll get it right in a minute. 2 rounds completed, which is what I was setting out to do in this video. So, okay. As I say, current status, I'm on 14 victory points and I'm down 1 guy. So it's going to be 12 victory points, which is not a winning situation. So I need to take out at least 2 more buildings, um, and maybe bring this guy back. I can't see me doing a mad dash to throw something here, running it all that open, but needs must. I'm not sure what the tank's going to do. Is he going to turn around, or is he going to just exit the map? Is it just on patrol? Who knows? Um, but there's no active soldier at the Japanese soldier at present, other than this guy, who seems to not work out that he actually has to stand up to fire, and the tank. So yeah, let's see what we can blow up. Okay, let's bring this back up to the top. Okay, that tank moving away, especially with his machine gun fire, it's a bit, yeah, it's a nasty piece of kit, especially if I haven't got a bloody bazooka. Like I said right at the beginning of the introduction, can't do that again. Got to, I might write on my sheet, bring bazooka. Vital piece of kit, especially when it seems like that, even on mission 2 now, we've got tanks coming in, so it looks like it's anticipated. Regarding that fighter, there are 10 options. You roll the dice which way it's going to go, so I have no idea. How often that event occurs, no idea. Doesn't seem to be restricted by line of sight, and I don't seem to be able to fire at it. I know in one of the early ambush scenarios, there was a German fighter, and I was allowed to target it. It said, as it moves, anything will count range anywhere along its path. This is not giving me that option, so there's obviously built-in design into this scenario. Uh, yeah, I've got to see if I can blow up a few other buildings. Not sure. There's two sightings, sighting 3 and 5 still to occur. How many Japanese that activates? Um, and yeah, I'm going to have to move cautiously. I'm still not sure about Evans yet, if I'm going to pick him up. Because that needs two soldiers with, in my mind, the best perceptions. And I really don't want to lose those guys. Evans, I know it sounds a bit callous, is not the greatest soldier on the planet. I know, I know. Uh, Never leave a man behind. But we might. We shall see. Thank you for watching. I hope that was fun. If you could do the like, you've got this far, please do so. It helps the channel. Um, Subscribe if you haven't done so already, and any comments, especially regarding the tank, because that's the main thing I struggle with in this system. I say struggle, but you know. Um, yeah, until next time, play games, have fun, bye internet.